Okay, everyone, and welcome back yet again to another meeting of the video club where we'll be covering today Doki Doki World of Dreams Act 1. Last time, we decided let's let Sayori have a mental health day, so we decided to have the club meeting at her place. And after a little bit of conversation in the cafeteria as well, we have arrived at where we're reading the manga and the book again, because, yes.
And, oh, by the way, I still exist, but also,
Yes,
Evan is still recovering from their freak wood chipper accident, so again, thoughts and
saw
prayers.
the last part, you'd know that...
Yeah. F in chat, please.
F in chat. If you saw the last part, you know that Evan is no longer with us at the moment, so, yeah. Mm-hmm. You'll have to deal with my cheese grater Natsuki voice again. Hope you don't mind. A grand portrait of Markov. The next chapter starts with Fujiko's first day at school. She spent a lot of her first day being shown around by Masai. The school was old, having been built just before World War II and not having many upgrades since then. Still, Fujiko described it as having experience and maturity. However, Fujiko seemed to be feeling a little tense about the people. She described them as being too friendly, and it made her nervous. However, she chalked it up to new school nerves. She met some of Masai's friends that day as well. Near the end of the day, as she was packing up her bags, one of her new fellow students, a quiet kid that Masai had described as that weird kid, bumped into her and dropped something. Fujiko picked it up and saw it was a notebook labeled Libitina. She called out after the classmate, but it was too late. She decided to keep it and give it back to him later. When she got home, she went to her room to study. When she was done, she reached into her bag and pulled out the notebook. She let her curiosity get the better of her and she began to read. What she found was chilling. There were a list of names, some of which she recognized as names she'd seen in her research. She found newspaper clippings that had been glued to the notebook that detailed disappearances from back in World War II. She then closed the book, not wanting to know more. She put the notebook back and finished her studying. The chapter ended with her going to bed, still feeling uneasy. Okay, everyone! Monika's cheerful voice breaks through my reverie. Why don't we share our poems now? Everyone stops and grabs their poems from their bags. I retrieved my poem and Meiji's as well. Oh, yeah, and we're just gonna dive straight into the poem sharing. Turning, I see Monika waiting for me near the couch. As I look at her, I get the sudden suspicion that her smile isn't a genuine one. I walk over. Hey. Hey. Oh, I know I asked this in the game, but I really do want to know if you thought about what you're submitting to perform at the festival. Oh yeah. I smile and decide to make a joke. Tick-Tock Clock by Rafael de la Ghetto.
What?
Wait, is Tick-Tock Clock, isn't that the song? That's a fucking Mario 64 stage.
It is.
Who? Remind me to make you into a fan of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when this is over.
Okay, totally missed it. Never mind.
But in all seriousness, I'm not entirely sure. Perhaps the first poem. That'd be a great poem, but perhaps a bit too long. Yeah, true. I'll bug you about it later tonight.
I'm trying to kiss you and get your pants.
Stop it, you. I ruffle her hair, my face flushing. You know what I mean. Yes, I do. We're gonna fuck. I look at her a bit more seriously now.
So, just no subtlety.
I mean, come on. It's blatantly obvious. Why should I need to be subtle about it? I look at her a bit more seriously now. I lower my voice so as to not disturb the other girls. Hey, Monika, you feeling okay? Huh? I'm fine, if I do ask. You've been just extra quiet since earlier. Oh, I'm just a bit tired is all. Sayori's dream got to you, didn't it? Oh, god damn it! Why?
Not the toothbrush.
Not the electric vibrator. I mean toothbrush.
Not toothbrushica.
Toothbrushica, really? Yeah, a snake eating an apple. I mean, I'm not religious, but I know the story of the Garden of Eden. Does Sayori really see me like that? As a demon?
Or, like, actual Satan.
Straight up sin?
No, straight up Satan.
Satan, yeah, she's the devil. I mean, she is, though. She did want to kill her at some point.
Yeah, in this world, yeah.
Oh, Monika. You and I both know Sayori is probably the last person to have any malicious bone in her body. Yeah, I know, but it still makes me think, what part of me was being controlled? That music doesn't help either. Being controlled by the script in that game, and which one is the real me? Which one of me is that possessive? I put a comforting hand on her shoulder. Trust me, you're doing great. I know you have a tendency to get jealous, but a lot of people do. There's nothing wrong with you, okay? Except for the fact that you wanted to kill Sayori, but we'll just ignore that.
That's a different Monica.
You're not that Monica. You won't become that Monica. Ever. Okay, I trust you. I give her shoulder a squeeze and then let go. Now then, let's look at that poem of yours, shall we? Time for more mood whiplash. Sure thing, here you go. She passes me her poem. She then looks at mine first. Okay, we get to see his poem. Intriguing duality, fading dreams, and fading
his poem
reality.
or her poem?
His poem. I can tell because of the font.
Right.
Fading dreams and fading reality. Which am I? A slip knot in space-time appears. Our dreams walk away. The campfire light around me flickers, like the thoughts racing in my dual head. A faded figure, ghostly white steps through, aging and de-aging as it steps through. That's not rhyming. Screaming and whispering as the faces approach. Two-faced, two-faced. Two faces emerging and separating. Okay, this is not even remotely subtle. This is referencing to that whole moment in the space classroom. One face smiling, the other frowning. One hand is clenched, the other outstretched. And all for what? Where is it looking? The wind picks up. The figure vanishes in black and white wings. A small house appears in its place. A toy from my childhood. It has no meaning to me. It is all the meaning in the world. Rain falls, it dries the ground. I can no longer hear myself. What happened? Who am I? Where am I? What am I? Then she looks at Meiji's. Of two minds. We are of two minds of everything. What should we eat today? Meat or plant? You say that meat is good. The other says I can't. We are of two minds of everything. The fair comes and do we go? He says yes, and I say no. We are of two minds of everything. A pleasant afternoon walk or a run. He asks if I'm up for that, but I'd rather be inside, having fun. I am two minds of anything. While she's doing that, I look at her poem. Home. 4 walls and a roof and a simple white ceiling. That's all that she ever desired. A window to see the outside. A bed and comforter. A place to rest when she's tired. A place to protect her from wind, rain, and heat. A dwelling where she can keep her feelings discreet. That was all she ever wanted. And what does she find but misery and pain? A world where the maiden's thoughts are her bane. Constantly watched, constantly monitored. A place to call home is all she desired. That was all she ever wanted. The world is cruel and heartless. A pox on it, she cried. She tried to find a new place, but no dwelling could she find. The trees laughed at her, the animals spat at her. A hard floor instead of a soft bed. She woke in another bed, 4 walls all around her once more. She feared the worst, but when the door opened, she saw not harshness, but kindness behind the eyes of the one who gave her all she ever wanted. But will it last? Again, not really subtle. This is obviously referencing Meiji and Sam giving her a home.
Yep.
Okay, I can guess what this is all about, but the style here, it's not like hers at all. I didn't think Monica was the rhyming type, but maybe she's trying something new? I look back up at her. You okay, Monica? Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not even remotely kidding. For a second there, I thought it said, yes, I'm horny. I don't know why, it just happened, okay? Just forget about it. Well, I guess you two are going through a crisis of your own, huh? You've got that right. We both do. It's hard for us to not think about it considering it's right there. I mean, we're both practically inseparable unless we're in the space classroom, but even then we can't be alone. I am ashamed to say that I haven't had much time to look into safely separating the two of you. And don't be sorry about that, you haven't had the time. I put a hand on her arm and squeezed gently. We've been both distracted, okay? Let's just focus on our poems for now. Okay. I hold up her poem. You're still terrified, aren't you? Oh, for fuck's sake, toothbrush it goes back. Yes, I am. I'm afraid that the game will restart after Monday. I'm afraid that Sayori will hang herself. With what? The noose is burnt. She knows that. What? Where is she gonna get another noose? Home Depot?
Well, where did she get the first one?
Home Depot. I'm afraid of turning into Monica. I put a hand. How many times do I have to tell her? Put a hand on her shoulder. Hey, you'll never be her. I made a promise to you, didn't I? And I plan to stay true to that promise. Thank you, Sam. Of course, but I'm afraid of those other things too. An idea suddenly pops into my mind. if you're scared, why don't we make a plan later tonight? An idea? Yeah. What's the idea? Say worst comes to worst and Sayori does hang herself. You'll be able to see that, right? Monica nods. If she does hang herself and the game freaks out, perhaps we can pull her into the space classroom? You said yourself that the game script has no meaning in there, right? Yes. Then perhaps we can revive her in there. I see where you're going with this, but there's a flaw with that plan. What is it? If she tries to leave the room, I don't know how the game will react. It could delete her or hurt her in some way. And we keep her in there. I don't like the idea any more than you do. Let's continue this at home, okay? Back to the poems for real now. Alright. I'll look over her poem again. I know we mentioned it earlier, but I wonder if this poem would be closer to the one you might have written if you hadn't had your epiphany. Judging from your backstory, perhaps your poem would be a hint as to your home life, or in the case, lack thereof. Yeah, maybe? I don't know, but it makes sense. Oh, I just started remembering what happens later in the story, and I don't like it.
Just shut up.
I am gonna shut up, but still, that doesn't mean I know exactly what's gonna come up, and I don't like it one bit. Yeah, so what about you, Monica? Opinions on our poems? Looks over our poems. Can I start with yours, Meiji? Sure. Alright. You know, it seems as if there's less of the minigame's influence in here. This poem isn't really geared towards any of the girls today. But in and of itself, it's very resentful. I guess it's the emotion I feel from it. This hasn't exactly been the greatest work for me. I repeat his words. Monica looks through me again. Meiji, are you feeling resentful towards me? Silence. Meiji doesn't speak for a while. When he does, I repeat his words. It's hard for me not to be. Believe me, I feel terrible for resenting you, but being trapped in my own body while some stranger runs it sucks. And you're not out of the woods either, Sam. You haven't even tried to give me back control. Meiji, there hasn't been time. Don't give me that bullshit. Oh, are we really fighting again? Great, yeah, let's just start fighting again. As if there hasn't been enough drama already. There's been plenty of time during our free time, but you spend it flirting and making kissy faces with her! I repeat his words reluctantly. I mean, he has a point. We have been kind of... I mean, he did say he didn't like it, like the fact that his thought pattern was just Monica. He did mention he didn't like it. But that doesn't excuse the fact that he still did want to so do it, though. We did have plenty of time to, like, try and give him back control, but nah, fuck it, Monica comes first, and I don't care that I'm in someone else's body, and that Sayori could potentially see it, and that she could totally hate me for that. But that's besides the point. I'm like, I just want to be with Monica, because that's what's most important in life, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, to you
Relatable.
it is. Yes.
Relatable.
Right, I forgot I was speaking to an actual troglodyte. Anyway.
Excuse me? It's Monica Dite, sorry.
Actually?
Actually, shut up.
I'm sorry, Meiji. She trails off. Meiji, I know you're upset. I know I don't blame you for being angry about this, but that was completely uncalled for. Screw you, you're not even trying. That's enough out of you. Oh, God, here we go again. Oh, no. Oh, God.
History?
I'm pretty sure they said then you can die.
Oh.
Yeah. I got that. Then you can die. Oh, fuck. Not again. The rage subsides, replaced by horror and terror from both of us. Also, then you can die? Really? You do mean that means you both die, right?
Possibly.
It happened again. I clenched my fists. Sam, I'm sorry. No, Meiji, I should be sorry. You're right. We haven't been doing anything. Meanwhile, Monica is there being positively traumatized. But let's just completely ignore that whilst we talk about our own problems. I still shouldn't have done that. Guys, are you okay? We are now. It's just happened again. We began to merge. Again? Tonight we're going to seriously look into trying to permanently separate the two of us. But then he's still... But even if they do manage to separate the two of them, isn't Sam still stuck in their world?
Yeah, we'll see.
Like, how will discuss the problem of getting him back to his own reality? Alright. Because, like, he can't live here. His parents and friends are obviously going to be worried sick about him. That or their memories are altered, but I doubt it. But, like, he can't stay here. I'd love it if he could, but every story has its end, you know? She slides the poems back. Sorry for not giving much constructive feedback on your poems, you guys. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We've got more important things in our minds. Yeah, we should move on. Monty? She looks startled at her new nickname. Yes? I'm really sorry about what just happened. That smell feels forced. No need to be sorry. She walks off. We seem to be doing a lot of apologizing. We do, don't we? I grab my poem and head to where Sayori is waiting at the table. Bun time! Bun time!
You are so happy, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got the biggest grin on my face, of course. Of course I'm happy. It's bun time!
And you get on to me for how I am with Monica. You are pathetic.
Oh, fuck off. Let me be happy.
It's my job in life to make sure you're not. Oh.
Yeah, very funny. So creative. Anyway. Hey, Sam. Hey, Meiji. The smile falters when she sees the expression on my face. Are you guys okay? Perceptive little bun. Huh? Oh, yeah, just lost in thought. I'll hold up both poems. Here you are. Sarah takes them. I wait to see hers. I admit, I wonder what she wrote for today since the original game doesn't show it. I'm sorry, but I didn't write a poem last night. Of course. I put an arm around her and pull her into a close hug. It's okay. Depression does that to people. It drains them of motivation. You don't have to apologize. Or arm her back comfortingly. Huh. Why do I feel like this is the exact action that Meiji would do? Sarah reads over the poems. These are your best ones so far. They're both really nice. Sarah starts forming tears but turns away to compose herself. I give her some time before I speak. Sayori, look at me. Time to attack the sadness!
Oh dear.
Yes? How are you feeling right now? And be honest. Oh, god damn it. Ugh.
Here it goes.
As if the game wasn't done torturing me enough. No, it has to give me more. Morbius, you vile demon! You shall have your payback for this. Ugh, come on. To be honest, I'm still a bit tired. Sam, Miki, I don't deserve this. You're both too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sarah starts having trouble keeping her voice steady. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I get what you just... She clamps up at her outburst. I see Monica look over with concern, but I give her a subtle nod. Listen to me, little bun. That gets her attention as she looks at me. I know it hurts, but rain clouds, well, they're not permanent. Do you know what happens after a rain cloud passes? Sarah leans closer, almost like she's clinging to every word I'm saying. What? Rainbows. Clean air. Sayori, depression is a bitch. I know, but you can fight it. No, I'm just being selfish. Sayori Fujioka. There are times where it's okay to want something for yourself. Look at me and Meiji. I mean, what we want is technically impossible, to be free of each other. And I know Meiji wants a lot of other things too. It's not wrong to want things for yourself. Actually, let me take my hat off for a second, it's in the way. There we go. I sound like a damned counselor. Sayori looks like she's trying not to break down. We love you, Sayori. I hope that sounded like a Big Brother town. Me, Meiji, Monica, Yuri, and Natsuki. We all cherish and adore you. She breaks and begins crying softly. I pull her into a tender hug. Oh no, don't bring that face closer! Why? Why did you have to do that? I'll look over and see that Yuri and Natsuki haven't noticed us yet. Monica has, though. I give her a quick smile and she smiles back. Sarah's crying so hard my uniform is getting damp. How can you care so much? Small grin spreads over my face. Like this? I give her stomach a quick tickle. Ah! Okay. Mood whiplash, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh. Tickles! Now there's a genuine smile. Agreed. Meanie, both of you. Well, these two meanies love you dearly. But how can you, Sam? You don't know what I'm really like. I don't have to. Meiji told me enough, and I've seen enough to know that you're like the little sister I never had and always wanted. To me, at least. Oh, God. Do I really have to say that? Do I?
Yes.
No, I can't. No.
Do it.
Do I really have to say that?
Do it.
Okay, Oni-chan. Hi, Yumoto-chan. Oh, God. Well, moment ruined by a certain blonde tsundere. Are you two done?
Way to read the room there, small child.
Well, she's a small child, so she doesn't know how to read a room.
Yes.
Yeah, we're done. Hey, you okay, Sarai? Did Sam do anything to you again? No, I just really felt something from his and Meiji's poems. I don't think I've ever seen you cry. Oh, really? Have you? Because you got remember when you got pissed at us for making Sayori cry? Yeah, you remember that, don't you? Don't you lie to me.
Apparently not.
Don't you lie to me, you blonde tsundere! Guess what just happened.
Did you just knock over a drink?
No, I slammed my desk.
Oh, okay.
I meant, guess what just got involved again. It starts with P and ends with parents.
Oh, okay.
I got too loud again.
Mm-hmm. You need a soundproof box.
This is very unprofessional.
Yes, it is.
I don't think I've ever seen you cry before. I'm fine, really. Well, if you're sure. So, which one of you wants to read my poem? I push Sayori forward. Let her do it, but I hope you don't mind that she doesn't have a poem. She wasn't feeling well last night and today to write one. I understand. I nod and leave them to it. As I walk away, I see a worried look on Natsuki's face as she talks to the little cinnamon bun. I walk over to where Yuri's sitting and waiting on the couch. Hello, Sam. Hello, Meiji. I take a seat at the same couch that she's at. Hello, Yuri. Ready to share poems? Yuri nods and hands me her poem. I hand her the two Meiji and I wrote, and then look over her poem carefully. Is this just a beach poem? Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is just the same, isn't it? Yeah. I look up from the poem and see Yuri looking over the poems. How I try to finish. Maybe start with Meiji's poem again today. Go for it. Meiji, did you decide to do something different today? Kind of, yeah. I'm guessing recent events inspired you? Yeah. Do you two really fight about everything? That was rude of me. Forget I said anything. No, it's okay. Both of our poems were inspired by recent events, yes, and we've had fights. I see. It's bad, isn't it? No, it's not bad. I agree with Yuri, it really wasn't. Well, for me, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. And I've really been doing a lot of that recently. Besides, I'd hate to disappoint you. Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? And we're back on script again! What the hell? I shake my head a bit and focus on Yuri, who thinks for a good bit. That must be terrible. For me to have become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How amicable of me. Before she can continue, I put both my hands on her shoulders. She looks at me, obviously trying to figure out what's going on. Yuri, that's not what Meiji meant at all. No, of course not. I just mean that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Being disliked to me. The memory of Yuri's bullies come back to my mind and I have to struggle not to see red. What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Not knowing what to say, I let her regain her composure. I'm sorry, I lost my composure for a bit. I let go of her shoulders. It's okay, Yuri. We all do sometimes. So, what do you say we switch to my poem now? Okay. Well, your poem, Sam, it's definitely an amazing one. I can tell your writing has improved since that first one you showed. Well, I've had a couple of years to improve. I feel my cheeks heat up. I'm glad. Sharing your writing like this, it's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little bit awkward at first. But now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think. No argument there. This has been a very fun and rewarding experience for me. Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Sam? You know, yes, I've learned a lot about myself through these poem sharing sessions of ours. Good. I believe that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even my opinions are just opinions, you know? But even so, this feeling... I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you've never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. Yuri smells sadly. Sam, Meiji, during lunchtime I eat by myself. Did you two know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. You know, I do remember seeing you on Monday in the cafeteria reading something. You looked so relaxed with that thermos of tea and the book. Yes, I really enjoyed that book. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. She really is a bookworm stereotype, isn't she? Yeah, she is. Let's keep listening. Books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people will always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers will discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. Those huge bahakadoos.
Big stabby tits.
Don't know. I regret saying that. Stabby Tits McGee.
Stabby tits McGee.
And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. Yuri, I'm speechless. Having her open to me like this was on my agenda, but not like this. I'm not a know-it-all. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. Well, aside from cutting, but that's besides the point. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you and everyone else that I really understood what was missing all this time. I know I'm a difficult person. I speak too slowly. I second-guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I smile at her. I really like seeing this side of her. I've seen it on screen, but seeing it in person is doubly as rewarding for me. Yuri, it makes me just as happy to see you happy. I'm glad to know that I could be such a positive influence in your life. And believe it or not, you've been a positive influence in mine. You're my friend, and I'll treasure you for as long as I'm around. Same goes for Major. Damn right! If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Yuri puts her head in her hands. But this time, she's smiling as she does it. I'm proud to call you my friend. Same here. Thank you, Seven Meiji. That means the world to me. I'm glad. I hold up her poem. Do you want to talk about your poem now? Oh, yes, please! She looks at me with an expectant smile on her face. Well, first of all, this is a very good poem. You really took the topic and made it your own. I know you probably think the topic at the beach is somewhat inane, but you really utilized your own style here to what I think is the fullest. Thank you. I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it, but, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Calm your thoughts? Yuri, are your thoughts in turmoil? Well, not often. It just happens sometimes. We all have days like that, sure, but Yuri? Yes? If you're having a day where your thoughts are in turmoil, don't hesitate to call me. 'Cause I'm only one call away. Sorry. I every time I hear I'm only a call away, I just immediately jump to that song.
Of course you do.
I'm your friend now. I want to make sure you're safe. and I'll gladly listen to you vent without prejudice or judgment. You don't have to feel obligated to help someone as unlikable as me. It's not an obligation. I'm offering because I want to. I want to look out for you, to protect you, to help you in your darker moments, and smile and laugh with you in your brighter ones. I chuckle a bit. Listen to me, I'm going to sound like a poet when I talk. Yes, you are. And you're not unlikable. I pull out Meiji's cell phone and hold it up. What do you say? She reaches out slowly and hesitates. She pulls it back briefly, but taking deep breaths, she takes the photo, quickly puts a number, and handing it back to me. Sam, Meiji, this means a lot to me. More than you could know. I'm glad I can help. I shoot off a text message. She sees it, smiles, and saves me as a contact in her phone. Thank you again, you two. Not a problem. See you later, Yuri. See you later. I got the 2 poems and head to where Sayori and Natsuki are finishing. As Sayori walks away, Monica rushes up and ushers Sayori aside. She calls Yuri over as well. Wow, she's really trying to gain my trust, and it's working. I think this is the real her. She probably called Yuri over as a third party and someone I trusted. Alright. That, with the Natsuki pout, or at least, well, not pout exactly, but just anger face. This is where
her resting face.
Resting bitch face. Or, in her case, resting tsundere face. Anyway, this is where we'll end today's meeting. That was, well, turbulent, to say the least. In case you didn't notice, I was partway through breaking down during the Sayori segment, but that's alright. I'll be fine, I promise you guys. Don't worry, your president's fine. Anyway, that's where we'll be. The meeting of today will be dismissed. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.